Okay, so we're here with Toby Jones. Toby didn't actually come over with Positive Perfection and Cascade Recruitment. Toby took another job on a place in southwest Saskatchewan, yeah. And we ended up placing a few other Aussies and Kiwis on places nearby. So Toby became our induction crew. Every time we had another recruit coming, it was always a Facebook message to me of who was coming, what they were like, and then about a week later, yeah, good guy, he can drink beer, he's a good guy, yeah. So anyway, Tobes, tell us a little bit about where you worked and a bit about the operation, about the place and some of your roles.
Well, we're about 12 kilometres out of Swift Current, which is southwest Saskatchewan as well. We have 20,000 acres there. We used to farm about 17,000 acres. We're all farming, no ranching. I used to have a mixture of canola, wheat, barley, lentils, peas. I think that's about it. And yeah, we used to run a lot of big machinery. We used to have all John Deere, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
You spent a lot of time in the sprayer, or?
I spent 60,000 acres in the sprayer.
Good job. What kind of sprayer was it?
It was a.
You can't even remember the name.
It was a case. 4410. That's no 4420.
4420.
Yeah, 120-foot sprayer, 4,500 litre.
All GPS,
aim command, yeah, aim command, GPS, auto steer, all the bells and whistles. Sit on the phone all day. That's about it.
Good one.
That's good.
And you learnt quite a bit about Canadian agriculture, sort of some things that were a bit different.
Well, there's a lot of similarities to Australian agriculture with Australian agriculture, and yeah, obviously the freeze and everything was obviously a lot different to Australia. So yeah, it was a lot different in some perspectives, but a lot of it was a lot similar as well. So
yeah, good one.
Yeah,
good one. And what was one of the more interesting experiences you had when you were over here? Something unusual.
Well, the most interesting one I've ever had was actually nothing to do with farming. My best trip was a trip to Grey Cup, and which is the Canadian equivalent of rugby league or rugby union or AFL or something like that. And yeah, Bayer Crop Science paid for my trip up there and ended up very retarded for a couple of days, so it was pretty good.
The beer and movement.
The beer and movement, yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Good one. And what was one of the least desirable experiences? Something you didn't enjoy quite so much?
As everyone said, the cold is not terribly desirable in Saskatchewan, and Saskatchewan is probably one of the coldest provinces in Canada, so yeah. Yeah, so it was very nipply. Yeah,
what was one of the best things? What was your best part?
One of the best highlights was definitely traveling. Traveling all across, well, not only in Canada, all through Montana, North Dakota. Been to New York. I've done a lot of traveling since I've been over here, and that's by far the best thing since I've been over here. And yeah, skiing and lots of skiing, so that's good. Yeah.
That's good, man. Yeah. And anything else you'd like to add?
No, that's about it.
Good one. Well, before we quit rolling camera, we're just going to introduce Dustin here. Dustin works with Toby at down there with the Carrotfoot. Dustin, what was one of the some of the things you learned maybe from Toby, good, bad, or ugly?
Learned a whole new language pretty near. After a while, you know, start off that accent, I couldn't catch on to it, but you know, a couple weeks into it, it started catching on, and from there things kind of snowballed, and it was easier from that. But
good one. And you guys kind of shared some stories about how things are done in Australia. And
yeah, lots of crossover and seeing how things are different. You know, from being Toby that had worked with cattle and whatnot, and that's where my background lays more than with grain farming. It went well. You know, you could tell different stories about what and how things work and where it goes from there. So.
Yeah, good on, man. And you're heading to Australia now?
Jeez, I don't know. I hear about the heat, and you know you can bundle up for the cold, but you can't strip down much more for the heat. So,
well, that's
I don't know. It kind of scares me.
You can. You can bundle up like a Michelin man, and you can't move. You can strip down, you can still get lots of mobility.
Yeah, you can strip down and not run around in nothing, but that 40 degrees still gets you. Whereas you can throw 10 layers on and still move around in the cold. So.
Good one. And what were some of your roles at the farm then? If Toby was in the spray, what were some of the things you would have?
Keeping everything going. Water.
He was the water bitch.
Water. Yeah, water, chemicals, seed, anything needed. I was kind of the gopher running around and did everything else.
Good one. Good on.
Yeah.
How many guys on the farm? How many employees?
Well,
Seasonal.
yeah, seasonal. There's quite a few. Like seeding, I think most we had 7 guys running on one day, but during harvest there was 14 to go one night.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know,
I know it's about
very-
20,000 acres.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you compare that to Australia, it's probably about half that labour.
Very labour intensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
a much shorter growing season here.
Much shorter.
It depended. Like normally we'd run 3 combines, whereas this year we managed to pick up 3 extra
Yeah.
and a grain cart, so it doubled the employment. So.
Yeah, so that's some of the things that you learn, some of the things you experience and you see different over here compared to Australia. And it's neat to have both you guys here to be able to have a chat. So that's good. Anything else you guys want to add?
That's about it.
That's good.
Good. Well, thanks guys.
Thank you.